Welcome to Introduction to Linux. You are watching an 8-part video series. This series will introduce you to Linux from the ground up. My name is Connor Meisner-Toops, and I will be your guide through this series. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the Linux GUI. I'm going to give you a quick guide on how to log in, change your desktop, manage your time settings, edit your password, and launch applications. In the remaining 7 videos, I'll take you through using the Linux terminal. This series is intended to be a complementary video set to the Durham Tech NOS 220 class. Please use the series as a study reference and do not substitute this with your class material. My primary focus will be giving you a visual representation of how commands should function. The first thing you need to do is make sure you have a Linux system set up. If you've already begun the class, your teacher should have provided you with a virtual machine with a Linux distribution. In 2013, we were using SUSE 11. If you have been provided a different version of Linux, don't worry. All the terminal commands we will be going over will work on any Unix system. Unix is the superset that Linux is built on top of. So it doesn't matter if you're using Ubuntu, SUSE, Mint, or any of the other distributions. You could even be working with Apple's operating system 10. As long as you're in a Unix system, these commands should function. Alright, let's get started. First, you need to enter your username and password. If you've been provided a virtual machine, your teacher should have also given you both your username and your password. For me, this is Connor and my password. If this is your first time logging into your Linux machine, your system should look something like this. One of the first things I always do when I start up a new machine is change my desktop. Linux is intended to be extremely customizable, so feel free to edit things to your preference. To change your desktop, you can right-click and click Change Desktop Background. Next, click on the image you want, and it will automatically change. Then you can simply press Close, and it will be applied. If you want to add an image you've downloaded, click the Add button, and begin navigating to your background. I've already gone ahead and downloaded this image, so I'm simply going to close. Next, let's go ahead and change our password. SUSE Linux is designed in a way that's very similar to Windows, so if your previous operating system has been Windows, this should all be very familiar. I'm going to click Computer, and I'm going to click the Control Center. Then, I'm going to navigate to Personal, change password. I'm going to enter my old password, and then add my new one. Once you're done, press OK. If this is a school VM, or you're sharing this with someone else, you may not wish to change your password just yet. If this is your own, make sure you have a unique password. If at any point you need to change your screen resolution, you can do that here. Most virtual machines will automatically manage your screen resolution, as is the case with mine. Next, make sure your date and time settings are correct. You can check that here. You will need to log in as the root administrator. You should have been given your root administrator's password when you got your machine. These settings are fine for me, so I'm simply going to press OK. Last thing we need to do is make sure you know how to launch applications. You can find more applications here. In this window, you can scroll through the installed applications. You can also filter them here. In the next videos, we'll be using the terminal. Before we leave, go ahead and double-click on this home icon here. This is how you navigate through files in the Linux system. For example, here's my desktop. Here's my user folder. If I go up one, we can see all the other users' folders. We'll look at this more in the next video. Well, that's it for the first one. Thanks for watching and check out the next video.